All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I want to talk kind of quickly about communication during a crap hit the fan scenario. And it may just be you to your loved ones or you to the rest of the people out there who may have ham radios. You want to see what's happening in their area. To be able to communicate is a good thing for for any reason. And a ham radio doesn't cost you anything. Now, technically speaking, to use a ham radio on the channels, of course, you're supposed to get certified, take a test, whatever. But I'm here to tell you, I am not, and I do have a couple of ham radios. Both of mine, one of mine's a 2-channel thing of they're both 2 meters, but I forgot, and I think one's like something centimeters, 70 centimeters, something. It's a dual channel system, a Yatsu, or I forgot what the heck what they call that thing, Yatsu or something like that. I'll tell you right now, in any kind of emergency situation, and I need to communicate with somebody, I'll be damned if I have a license to use a ham radio. I'm going to pick that thing up and use the hell out of it if I need to. Bottom line. And I think everyone in the freaking world would do the same. That's why I don't use it. I'm not out there playing games. Assuming my ham radio call sign JSNIP4, JSNIP4 here speaking, no. But I've also learned over the years, 2 meter, the higher the meter, as they call it, the lower the frequency. Now, with the advertising apocalypse happening on YouTube right now, where all of us video producers are suffering terribly from the ad revenue boycott from the advertisers. I've had a few people, hey, maybe we can work something out. I'd like to, advertise. So, as I always say, I don't care what kind of, what you offer me monetarily or anything else. I'm going to do some research. And right off the bat, if you tell me something, I'm just going to say, no, I'm not doing that. I don't believe in that, or I think that's fake. No, I can't do it. But I had someone reach out to me, a loyal subscriber. Hey, man, I make these ham radio antennas, and I've got one that can work with all the major frequencies or meters, if you will, or bands within ham radio. And I'm going to just show you his eBay page real quick, because yes, this is a paid advertisement spot, I'm telling you now. However, this is a really good thing as far as I'm concerned, which is why I don't mind doing this video at all. I was going to do a plug like this just briefly in front of one of my videos, for like 20 seconds or something. Hey, this is sponsored by one of my subscribers. If you want an antenna, yada, yada, yada. But I thought, I'm going to go a little deeper on this one. I'm actually going to do a quick video about it, because I don't usually come out here and talk about communicating. But if you get like a 10 meter, for example, a 10 meter, that's a lot lower frequency than the 2 meter. And a 15 meter is even lower than that. And a 20 meter, 40 meter is even lower than that. The lower the frequency, the further that signal will travel, and it will penetrate buildings, trees, that kind of thing. It'll really go. That's just the way frequencies work. I know this for a fact, and just to give you an example, I had a Wi-Fi system, which is 2.4 gig, and there's a company, Ubuntu, however they pronounce themselves, and they made a 900 megahertz, which is more than twice less than 2.4 gigahertz. And that thing penetrated through houses and got a signal down the way. 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, not a chance in hell. It's not hardly going far at all. But the difference between a 6 meter or 10 meter and a 40 meter or 20 meter is massive. However, a 10 meter itself will go potentially hundreds and hundreds of miles. Hundreds and hundreds, maybe 1,000 miles. I'm not sure. That's depending on if it was above your roof and that kind of thing. And it bounces off the atmosphere and all this crap I've heard. But I asked him, I said, well, do you have an antenna? Because I was looking at his store, his eBay store, and he's like, well, I've got one. As he says, this is a 40 to 6 meter HF off-center fed dipole antenna, multi-band antenna. I thought, that's cool. Because the antenna that I have for mine is only 2 meter and 470 centimeter, I think is what it is. Or 70 meter, whatever the heck it is. And that antenna is for those, it'll work for those two. Now, I had my ham radio a long time ago, but I always told myself I should probably get like a 6 meter or a 10 meter, and then tell anybody else out there, once I get it, hey, get a 10 meter, let's say. And honestly, I think that's where my mindset is at, a 10 meter. That way we may be able to communicate with each other all over the damn country in an emergency situation. Now, again, we're not supposed to be on there chatting unless we're certified. Took a little test or whatever to get our certification. They give us a little number, FCC, whatever thing. They give us a number, which is just simply like a 4 or 5 digit ID. And every time you talk, you're supposed to key up with your ID first and then talk. That kind of thing. So I wouldn't want to be telling all my subscribers, hey, let's get on and chat today. We wouldn't be doing it quite legally. And again, why would we even do that? We got Skype and things these days. This is more or less not for me and you guys. This would be you saying, well, my so-and-so friend, family, whatever, lives in that state and I'm here and we'd like to be able to communicate, or maybe someone in your own city or whatever it is. And here's the thing. You can get these in your car. You can mount these things to your car. Put an antenna on your car if you need to. Now, I will say a 10 meter or one of these other ones, you may need quite a large antenna if you're going to do it on your car, but maybe not. So I want to give this guy a plug. This is absolutely an advertisement, but I do approve of this for sure. Ultralight 40 to 6 meter antenna. It will work on all of those bands. This is great. $45 for an antenna that this guy makes. Look at his feedback. 100% positive feedback on eBay. 955 people have left feedback for this guy. That's why I say there's certain things I really like to. Yeah, someone felt bad for Jason for, hey, can I advertise on your channel? What do you have first before I even say yes? Ham radio stuff. Yeah, I'm down with that. That's a prepper item. I'm down with that. And then I saw what it was, and I thought, oh, it's fantastic. It's not just for a single band or even two bands. This thing is just 6 meter and 40 meter. Come on. Fantastic. So I want to give him a plug. Any ham radio operators out there, anyone who's into this kind of stuff, you want to or have a need for an antenna like this, he's your man. And I realized it says only 2 available out of 9 recently sold, but he says he can whip them up and produce them very rapidly. So if you need to buy some and he's out of them, just click his name right here through your eBay account and contact, hey, I like such and such antenna. Now he has more if you click his store, and I'm assuming that's his call sign on ham radio, if I had to guess, N9SAB. He's got all kinds of stuff. Mostly related to antennas as far as that stuff goes. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see someone making this stuff themselves. And 955 feedback, for goodness sakes. So yeah, I want to give the guy a plug. Deserves it. This is a cool thing. And again, it is a paid sponsor position on my channel. But after reviewing this, like I said, looking at this and seeing what it does, for $45, I'm like, man, this is cool. This is a good one. I'm going to do a separate video. That way, when you see the title of this, any of you ham radio operators or people who are into long distance communication, this may stand out differently than one of my normal daily videos that you may or may not even click on. So this is for all those people out there who have a ham radio or are about to get a ham radio, want or looking at different antennas for it. Well, if it happens to be a 6 meter to 40 meter, this is the one. For me, it won't work on what I have. I have a 2 meter and a 70 centimeter. However, when I do get my 10 meter ham radio, that'll be perfect, and I'm gonna absolutely buy one from this guy. So that's a different time period. I'm honestly not looking at ham radios at the moment, but it's been in the back of my. It's one of those things where you keep telling yourself, "Yeah, I should probably look into that again." Yeah, it keeps coming up, but you don't do it. You don't act. I need to quit playing games and just go get a freaking 10 meter. Imagine having one here and one in your car. And I'm sure they make small ones that'll at least work, that you can mount to your car, whether it's a magnetic mount or whatever. Knowing, again, emergency situation, I can communicate with my wife, husband, whatever, and he works 50, 100 miles away. A 6 meter or 10 meter will easily be able to do that. Especially like from your house to the car or whatever. No sweat. I've done tests on the 2 meter because there are a few channels that are actually open. Or was it the 70 centimeter? It was one or the other. And I was able to go with just above the roof of my house, the little antenna above the roof of my house. And I had a magnetic mount in my wife's van at the time. In a straight line, it was 10 miles. But we left our house in Brandon, went down the interstate towards Apollo Beach, And when I got there, I had a GPS phone, the phone I knew exactly how far I was, straight line. And it wasn't absolutely beautiful sounding. There was a little bit of, what do you call it, noise, if you will. You can still we made each other out. We could tell talking back and forth. And I'd asked her, how do I sound? Yeah, it's a little bit, but I can hear everything you're saying. And I said, yeah, it's the same for me too. It's not real bad. I can clearly hear you. That was 10 miles. But that, I think, again, it was either I think that might have been the 2 meter. But I don't remember at the time. 70 centimeter or 2. It was one or the other. And I was kind of impressed with that because that's, I'm not talking to a big tower and like a repeater like they set up for those things. I was just doing straight shot from my house to her. No repeater at all involved because there's people that will put up big antennas and like towers, small towers, 80-foot, 100-foot tower somewhere that they have access to, and then they use it as a repeater so that for the 2 meters you can talk to other people because it's way above the trees and you can talk to it and, it's a relay. But with a 10 meter or something, you're not going to need any of that. You really wouldn't. Not for probably a few hundred miles. Again, but you can't have the antenna inside your house. It needs to be outside. It probably should be on a pole or something. But again, you can play with that and put one in your car. And again, you're supposed to be certified, but I think if you tested for 1 minute or so just to see how far you could go, just a quick, hey, you can hear me? Yep. Bye. That's up to you to take that chance, not me. Not that someone's going to be able to track you down and find you with that quick little burst. So anyways, I want to give a little shout out for this guy. Cool product. Anyone that needs something like this, he's your man. Take care.